How are we all? It's the 1st of October and this is ivy in flower, and the honeybees absolutely love it. They absolutely adore it. They go absolutely crackers. If I was to put you in there, these are all honeybees, and you can really smell the pollen on there. But it's absolutely teeming with bees from my colonies. It's almost, you can see the activity in the pollen is almost like dropping like little bits of snow. You won't see it, but I certainly can. Great sight at this time of year. The bees taking in the resources that they can. I do worry about this tree because it is a fir tree and it has died, as you can see, and this ivy has just grown and sort of colonised it, if you want to call it that. There's another small tree, fir tree, next to it, which is still alive, but it's still alive there. Look, you can't see it, but and I keep thinking, should I get up there and cut it down? It's not swaying or anything like that, but one day I'm expecting it to come down, and it does bother me a bit. But look at that resource as it is. Then come round to the bees. Here's my very first colony, absolutely going crazy. It's now, the thermometer over there is saying, definitely got to single numbers, but now it's saying it's 20 degrees. Hang on. Yeah, it's saying it's about 21, 22 degrees there. And just hear some water running. I'm just cleaning my pond filter out, the pressure filter on my grow on. I can hear something overflowing. Yeah, and it's this. And I'm cleaning the filter, so I'll just turn that off. Yeah, pond's just overflowing there. I'm just cleaning the filter, the easy pod. So back to the bees. Here's my new colony split. So they're growing. Coming in and out. This is only on for feed, so I'm just trying to leave them and just grow. I keep inspecting them every week, just making sure they're growing and making sure the frames are coming out, because I had to cut frames out of surpluses on that one, and they are nationals and these are Langstroth, so the frames don't fit, so I had to cut the comb out, the brood over there, and put into there, and they're making use of it. But I don't want them to make a big round ball of comb all stuck together, so I then can't take the frames out and inspect. So I keep checking them every week and making sure the frames are coming out, and they're doing great. I hope they survive the winter. Third colony. That is the one with the Black Mountain honey queen in. The Virginia creeper is lovely and gone red. The sunflowers have finally come out flowering, but they just seem to be toppling over, apart from these ones here, which are holding each other up. And when you come round here, you can, like I say, you can really smell the ivy, and you can really smell a sweetness in the air with the bees. So if I come here, just watch these for a they are taking the opportunity on a warmer day. It's obviously been a cold night because it's October now, it's getting colder, and these are making the most of coming out and doing the business, going on a cleansing flight, and then also maybe picking up you can see these two bees here. Can you see them? One's cleaning the other, look. So you've got a cleaner bee there. See it? She's cleaning the other one. I think the other one is possibly a new emerging bee. It's probably its first time it's coming out. Can you see the size of it? So excuse me. Does that mean not activity? Struggling to, but that sort of activity could be mistaken for aggression, but it's not. I've seen a bee go in there with pollen on its legs, but that bee is definitely a cleaner bee, and it is cleaning the smaller bee. So I would imagine that smaller bee, this is its first time out of the hive, and it may go on its first flight. So it's hatched, it's been fed, and then it's cleaned its own cell out, become a cleaner bee itself, and then now it's sort of getting out in the world. And yeah, I can just tell by the size of it, I think, there. So that's good. That's good that the colony is the summer bees, if you like. The bees that live for 45 days will have died off, and now we've got new bees emerging in the last month, and as much as we possibly can of new bees, which will be the winter bees. And winter bees live longer. They will live through November, December, January, February. So instead of them living 45 days, a month and a half, these will live 3-4 months and get us through to spring, and then they revert back to those bees will then die off. But before they die off, they will then start working in spring and getting the hive boosted back up again, and then the bees will then the brood will grow, and then they will have new bees emerge, and then you're back down to the normal lifespan of 45 days, and then they keep producing all the time, and then living 45 days, dying, and keeping that colony fresh, fit. And that's how they do. And like I say, in winter, they're what they call winter bees, because they mainly stay in the hive and keep the queen warm, keep the queen safe, get them through winter, and then they kick off again in spring. And at the minute, you'll come down here, or I'll come down here, and the sun shines on a cooler day. Obviously, in a secluded spot like this, it gets warm quite quick. The temperature gets above 10 to 15, 16, 17, 18. It feels really warm here in the sun now. I'm squatting down here in the sun, and I can really feel it on me. And these will come out, and they will really make the most of the foraging that they can get hold of, i.e. sunflowers, ivy, big one. Like I say, it's absolutely teeming. Maybe goldenrods, any goldenrod, things like that. Asters, anything that's in flower. Crocus will be coming up soon. So anything that they can benefit from and take advantage of, they will take advantage of, and they are. You know, you can't see it all the time. They're not like fully loaded up, but you will see some bees with pollen on their legs, and they'll come in, and they will go and pack it into the cells in the hive, ready to make bee bread. Yeah, there's one. Can't really see it very well, but that was really loaded up with pollen on its legs. But yeah, it's absolutely amazing. It's lovely, lovely hobby. If you feel stressed, you just come down here, you turn the corner, you see them. I see them through this gap here when I walk down the garden. I've created this like gap, so I could actually come through here and step down in here. This hive 2, this hive has absolutely exploded in the last couple of months, because bearing in mind this was split from that one. That's the original queen from my original colony when I first had this in 2020. So I might have to requeen that, but she's doing absolutely amazing brood pattern. So that queen's not going anywhere. They created a new queen in this because they was queenless. There's a new queen in there, that there's a natural queen. And then in that hive, because I thought that was queenless, I didn't think there was a queen in there, I bought a queen from Black Mountain Honey. Hence why I knocked up built up a quick nuke to put them in for a week or two, and then I got that hive, that Langstroth, and now they're in there. So I'm hoping they're going to grow into a good cluster and protect the bee, ready for spring and get them through winter. That's the plan anyway. But this is just the difference on size compared to this one. So that one, there's probably a few thousand bees in there, but on this one there's probably 30,000 bees in this colony. It's a large colony. If I just pop this up, I've been feeding them as well. There's the top. With this one, I often see the queen on the top, which is not at the moment. As you can see, it's a nice big hive. They're covering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 frames. They are covering and working each frame, and then when it gets cold they will cluster like this. So it's a nice big colony there. They was fed. That's the feeding tub, and it goes on there with sugar syrup, and they've took that down. So as you can see, they're really going for it today, really getting out there. And this is the same. A lot of these are out. Look, that one actually looks stronger. That one is stronger because that was the original colony. That was split. Was it? No. Yes, it was. That was the original colony. No, it wasn't. I'm getting mixed up now. I didn't spin the hive around. I put the lid the opposite way. So that was the original colony. So that colony there was from a split from this one, but that's the original queen. So she's already a very good layer. This is a new queen. So she's obviously growing and maturing. You can see the bees. Doing really well. Bit of condensation in there. If I didn't have this on there, that would be full of condensation, but it's not a bad thing as long as it don't drip, because they will take water off there in winter and take that bit of moisture in. So they're happy, over 10 frames again. So very strong, doing well. Come on, little fella. Not a little fella, little lady. I'll just put these back. Try not to move too quick, but you kind of do get, you know, a little bit of confidence and stuff with it. And there we go. Quick catch up with the bees. Hope you've enjoyed that one. Probably see you in spring now with the bees. Goodbye.